cooking now. Today I'm making a traditional Greek dish called Pastitsio. It's some people call it Greek lasagna. No, it's not. It has pasta and vegetables and covered with Béchamel sauce. We'll go through the whole thing here. You're gonna love it. I have my ingredients ready. I have about an onion and a half diced, 2 small zucchini, of course, ground beef about 1.2 pounds. I have a couple of carrots diced. I had 5 medium white button mushrooms. He was either cook them today, throw them out tomorrow, so I'm cooking them today. Tomato paste, a combination of parsley and dill, a generous cup, 4 cloves of garlic, a little bit of my sugar. Also, a quart of my own oven roasted tomato sauce. And I will start. Also, I have the pasta here. This is the best pasta I could get today. It's called bucatini. In Greece, they have this specific pasta that it's about 1/4 of an inch. The whole thing is 1/4 of an inch wide. In the middle has a hole. This one does have a hole, but it's tiny. You can hardly see the hole. So, but there is a hole. The hole is very important because you want the sauce to go in there, and also you want to have like regular size spaghetti, because you don't want to have, you know, the penne pasta or things like that, you know, that like an inch and a half long. You know, when you cut it, it will fall apart. You want this, when you cut it later on, you want it to be one solid piece. The other thing I wanted to tell you, the vessel that you're going to cook it in. This is the wrong vessel. Do not use this. This is about 1.75 inch height. Wrong vessel. Do not use that. This is the right baby. If you compare the two, you see, this is much higher. So people don't tell you that. I do. So this is the correct vessel. You want to have a deep dish. My wife and I went to Bed Bath and Beyond some time ago, and we found it in the aisle where they have the Pyrex type of dishes. So let me get going. Also, you're going to need olive oil. Come a little bit closer. So this pan is warming up. I'm going to put a considerable, you know, some olive oil. Also, I follow the manufacturer's, the pasta manufacturer's directions. I added the water, and I'm going to start to boil the water right now. The manufacturer says for al dente pasta, 7 minutes. You want to cook it just a little bit under that because you will put it in the oven afterwards anyway. So I will cook it for about 6 minutes, the pasta. Then I'm going to take it out based on the manufacturer's directions, drain it, and I'm going to put it in the dish. I'll show you. Stick with Uncle Evan. Let's see. Is this thing ready? Nope, it's not ready yet. Let's wait. I see the onion started to sizzle. So I'm going to put my onions. My carrots. You give them a stir to coat them a little bit with olive oil. And I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes. It's 4:25 now, until 4:30. When they start cooking, when they get softened up a little bit, I will add the zucchini, and the mushrooms. The onions look pretty good. They started to soften up. I'm adding the zucchini. And the mushrooms. I'm going to cover this and I'm going to let it cook for 10 minutes. See you in 10. Okay, the vegetables have been going nicely here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little well in the middle. And in goes the ground beef, also known as the chopped meat. So this is 90% lean, 85, it would be fine, there's nothing wrong with it. You can use a combination of pork and beef. You can be creative. Savara katranemia, ileos, na 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 na. Zavara katranemia. Xilouris was a famous Cretan singer in Greece, and he had this beautiful Cretan accent. And had a beautiful voice, and he sang very patriotic songs. Oh, and he was a good man. Unfortunately, Xilouris is not with us anymore on this earth. But I remember his songs, 50 years later, and I still sing them. So this dish is, it's a traditional Greek dish, and it's, I love the Béchamel sauce that you put on top. It's really nice. Of course, the Béchamel sauce is, for lack of a better term, adrital calories. There's a lot of. It has butter and flour and milk. Yum. So we'll make sure that the meat is nicely cut up. You don't want to have large chunks of red meat. And slowly I incorporate the veggies. In a a few days I'm gonna call my aunt Maria Patrelli, who told me that she has a good recipe for Easter cookies that she's gonna share with me. And I will call her to get the recipe, and I'll make the cookies for you and for my family. The water is almost ready for the pasta. So this is good. A little well in the middle. I'm putting the garlic. A little well in the middle. Tomato paste. I don't know. A couple of tablespoons, what's that? I don't know. How's this going? Oh, not ready. Not a couple of minutes. Distribute the paste, the tomato paste. And now, the moment of truth, the oven roasted tomatoes. These tomatoes are from our garden, and I roasted them last year in July. Well, the cover here says August 17th. So now this is going to cook uncovered until the liquid evaporates and it's not as soupy. You don't want to use it, soupy as it is now. Okay. So we'll leave it just the way it is, and it's going to cook. I'm going to bring this a little bit closer for the major reveal. Which is nothing else but put it in the pasta. And like I said, we cook it based on the manufacturer's recommendation, which is 7 minutes for al dente. But we're going to go for less than that. Okay, so the pasta is in. When it comes to boil, we're going to set it for 5 minutes, and then we're going to set it and forget it. So you want to play with it so it doesn't stick. So this is boiling already, so I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. I'm going to reduce the heat a little bit, the temperature. All right. See you in about 5-10 minutes. 5 minutes for the pasta to get ready, and then wait a little bit longer for the tomato sauce to reduce a little bit here. Okay, so see you in about 10 minutes. The pasta is ready. put a little bit of olive oil. So there. Okay. Nothing much, just distribute the pasta. It's basically done. I'm still waiting for the meat sauce. So you have a layer of pasta, a layer of meat sauce, and then the bechamel. I will start getting the bechamel ingredients ready, basically 3 ingredients, and see you in a few minutes. About a moment ago, a minute ago, so I added the dill and parsley. I'm sorry I didn't have the camera on. Also, I'm going to use my handy dandy masala daba, and I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of cumin and 1 teaspoon of celery seed. I'm going to mix it up. I love celery seed. First time I started using celery seed was right after we went to vacation in Maine, northeast United States, state of Maine, and we had hot dogs there, and Flo's hot dogs, famous Flo's hot dogs, and she would put celery seed on this hot dog as a condiment, as a a flavor enhancer. So this is getting, let me, hope you can see this is getting thicker. This another 5 minutes, okay? And the heat is, I have it on by about 5 now. So cook it another 5 minutes, and then we'll put it on the pasta, and then at the same time we'll make the bechamel sauce. Now I will make the bechamel sauce. I have this pot here. I'm going to put equal amounts of flour and butter. So let's see, here is where are we? 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons of butter. That will melt, and I'm going to get ready here with the flour, all-purpose flour. We have the whisk. Maybe if I turn the light, will it help? I have the heat to about 3 now. The flour is almost, I mean the butter is almost, has almost melted. So you need to have the butter completely melted. There you go. And then 2 tablespoons, equal amounts. You know, it's supposed to be by weight, but what the heck. 1, 2 tablespoons and I'm going to stir this. I'm going to stir this to combine both and make a so-called roux. So lighting is not very good in this house, in this kitchen. Okay, so this melted. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a whole, what is this, 1 quart, almost a liter of whole milk. But I'm going to put it in stages, a little bit at a time. And it thickens quite a lot. Then I'm going to put a little bit more. Not all at once. And this is going to be a traditional bechamel. No eggs, no cheese, nothing. Just plain old bechamel, just like my mom made it. And you know, this is a traditional, I mean, every household in Greece, at least once a month, they make this dish, so it's not a secret or anything. I'm going to raise the heat now to about 5, and I'm going to stir this continuously. Now I'm going to put the rest of the milk. Almost a liter. So the roux, it's a French word, R-O-U-X. The roux acts as a thickener. So this is going to make this milky product divine. So I think the mixture here, the meat and the vegetables has reached a very nice consistency. I just turned off the heat. Okay. So this bechamel sauce that we're trying to make now, initially is very, very soupy. So don't be disappointed, don't be discouraged, don't jump the gun and start adding ingredients. No, just leave it alone. Add equal amounts of butter and all-purpose flour, and then the milk. And as the heat, as the heat is raised, the milk mixture will thicken up very nicely. And then at that point, we're going to take it off the heat, and we're going to use it on the. Which reminds me, 350. Make sure there's nothing in the oven. Yep. 350 for 1 hour, approximately. I keep stirring. This thing is getting thicker, but it's not there yet. Now I'm going to add a little bit of nutmeg. About a quarter of a nut. As the thing is, as the bechamel is cooking, let me show you. I'm going to add the tomato sauce, the meat sauce, I mean. I'm going to distribute this evenly. Heavenly. Get it? Heavenly. All right. Go around like this and like that. Everything looks good. So now back to the bechamel. Here we have the sauce. Push it around. All right. Oh yeah, it goes in the oven. Oof. 1 hour. See you later. And it just came out of the oven. Here are the layers. Pasta, meat, sauce. I can't wait for this thing to cool down. You should let it cool down for about an hour before you cut it. But I will not do that. I will wait about 15 minutes and then I'm gonna cut it because I'm hungry.